Hello and welcome back to the Trial of Goats. Let's grab a deck, hop on the Dueling Book ladder, and have a raw, real Yu-Gi-Oh experience. Welcome back to the Trial of Goats. You see, we are still on Earth, but today, or like yesterday, I was thinking about building an Earth control deck, and I was searching for all like Earth monsters in Goat format. And like Earth control doesn't really work. Trust me, I don't know, if you know lists, let me know, but I was like, no, it's just a bad control deck. But then I crossed the Toon Gemini Elf, and of course we had it in like the Toon video, etc. But then I was like, man, it's not a bad card. And with the Toon table of contents, it thins the deck, it's searchable, and like if we can get the attack through, it's a +1. So instead of like playing 3 jars, we played a 3 Toon table of contents. We played 2 Gemini Elves because if we draw 1, we still have 1 in the deck. So I think this ratio is fine. We had to cut something, so I cut like 2 Goblin attack forces. We don't play final attack orders anymore, so I think this cut should be fine. And we have 3 Gigantes again because I had some test matches yesterday and it was horrible. But on the one hand, because I had like every time had Brown Town in hand, and every time we had this on field, the opponent had Snatch. Everything was so unfortunate. Yesterday I even played 3 roll decrease. I played against Flip, Trap Control, and I lost because we were just unlucky. So I don't give up. I want to test this today with you guys. And I realized yesterday the Rock Spirit is not Zug proof, which is a big disadvantage, I think. So I'm back to Gigantes. Maybe in the normal Earth aggro build we keep the Rock Spirit because I just like the artwork. And it has its upsides against warriors because it trades with Blade Knight. We will see. But the rest should be the same, except I added 2 ultimate offerings. I don't give up on this card. I made 2 because I really want to see it, to test it, and we can summon this thing in the opponent's battle phase, so we won't have the the disadvantage of not being able to attack when we summon it, because it's summoned in the opponent's turn. So I think we have a combo here, and in general this can be very huge with all the monsters we have. In the side we have more against Reasoning Gate, we have 2 Sakus, and I think that's it for the changes, kind of. I hope today it runs better, we will see. So let's hop into the matches. Or we will stay in the deck constructor, because sometimes it happens and you may change your plans, kind of. So I was recording the deck introduction, then I was playing 2 matches, and then some time came by, and now we're staying here. I played the deck a lot off cam because it is super fun to play, and I just didn't have the time and the motivation to do some recording. Then I decided, like, you will see some replays, and then they became more and more. Now we're staying here with like I think like 8 replays or so. So I decided for today you will see the live matches as promised, and then I will show you some replays for like the end of the video, kind of, or like maybe the main part of the video. But I want to try this, and I really wanted to show off some matches. And by the way, here you see the final version of the deck after all the replays, after a lot of testing. I came up with still the ratio of 2 to 2. I screwed it up 2 times already. Here's the ratio of 2 Toon Gemini Elves and 3 Toon Table of Contents. This is just perfect. There were very rare situations where I like drew both Toon Gemini Elves. It is absolutely fine to draw 2 Toon Table of Contents in your start hand, because you can just search out both Gemini Elves. So this was very, very cool. Definitely just 1 ultimate offering. There were times and decks where I played none. Then I came back to 1 because it's just very cool to get this out in the battle phase of the opponent. 1 Saku in the main because we had the space, and it's just good because 80% this thing will get snatched or brain conned or something like that. So we're gonna have some protection. In the side I found some cool stuff. I really want to test Soul Release against Turbo, because most of the time when we have something with graveyard banish stuff. We want to get rid of the stuff in grave. I know it's a little slow, but I love the card. It's so good to banish Pot of Greeds, Serpents, stuff like that. We have a second Kaiko I'm not sure if we had before in the deck introduction. And Ceasefire was there before, I think. So yeah, that is the deck in the final result after all the matches I did. And now, guys, you will see the live matches, and then we will hop into some replays. Alrighty, Arc Apex is our opponent. Hopefully today it will be better. High experience. Yesterday I also just played against like 5,000 to 6,000 experienced guys. Okay, Graceful Charity, like to see it, of course. Drawing into Toon Gemini Elf. Hopefully not a... Okay, perfect. And Toon Table of Contents. So we can search out the second one and we won't draw any dead Toon Gemini Elves. I think we can get rid of Red. And I don't really want to get rid of DD Assailant. Let's get rid of Kaiku. It's pretty early for Kaiku, and maybe we can get it back with Call or maybe Prima. So Toon Table of Contents it is. Glad to showcase it already in turn 1. So deck is thinned, so higher chances to draw the good cards. And I think since it's turn 1 and we have a Dust Tornado, let's summon Toon Gemini Elf, set Dust Tornado, pass the turn. Bit lag here, I think. Okay, Thunder Dragon, so it seems like Turbo. Upstart, definitely Turbo. I think I made 3 matches yesterday and lost them all. Sometimes it was a little I don't know the word right now, but it was close. Yeah, it was close. You see, every time we have this, they have brain control. Why not, man? Why not? Okay, at least they tribute. That is a big misplay if you ask me, but we take it. We take it. Should we Dust Tornado? Yeah, of course. Let's take the second one. Phoenix Winged Wind Blast. Okay, we got an MST. I think I won't use it because we have many monsters, and I think that could be a jar or so. So should we play Toon Gemini Elf or Assailant? I think I don't know. Let's summon Gigantis. The good thing is we can summon Gigantis and normal summon Toon Gemini Elf in main 2 because it can't attack anyways. That's a tag I just found out. I really like it. Let's summon Toon Gemini Elf. If they have Torrential now, okay, cool. Set MST, pass the turn. It's a jar, as expected. So I'm glad we hit the Wind Blast. Okay, no dark so far. Brain control is crazy. Can we get our first plus with Toon Gemini Elf? Yes, sir. Okay, we will definitely use Exiled Force here. Ring, love to see it. Pot, of course, love to see it. Deck thinning, deck winning. Ooh, I think I like level 2 even more. Because if it's a Sangan or so, we won't waste the Exiled Force. Perfect. Oh, Gigantis coming in. Toon Gemini Elf coming in. Here we go. Maybe I was just super duper unlucky yesterday. I don't wanna Proset Heavy Storm because maybe Gigantis will backlash here, so Still no dark. Still no dark. Can we have this? Can we have this? If they get rid of the level 2, we have the Exiled Force. We have Storm. Without a Grace, I don't really see how they come back from here, to be honest. They have one Thunder... No, all Thunder Dragons are gone. Of course, we hit the Thunder Dragon. 25% chance. The Koichi. Yep, I think you have to do this to get rid of the level 2. Oh, okay. Yep, they want to get a dark. I see. Okay, so they banished the Toon Gemini Elf. I think we have the Exiled Force for any Chaos monster. And unfortunately... Oh, we have game. Yeah, we have game, definitely. Cool. So what are you gonna banish? Huh? That is not correct. That is not Soul of Purity and Light, my friend. Okay, so I assume the Gemini Elf. Yep, you did your job. Thank you. Yep, set back row. Just shoot. We do not care at all. Oh, we do care at all. Well, here goes the Exiled Force. But, oh. Yeah. Of course. Well, everything looks way worse now. Well, we go the defense. And chill if they want to attack. They're in attack position, so we can get rid of it with the DD Assailant. I have a Sangan. Okay, they go to attack position, which is fine. We take a lot of damage, but at least we can get rid of the BLS, kind of. But I really want to draw any kind of back row here. Ring. Okay, that is perfect. That is just perfect. So we will summon Assailant. Attack over Sangan to be super duper safe. We don't care what they will search. Yeah, Ring obviously a pretty good top deck, but we deserve this. After that, Trap Dust Shoot. So we get more info, maybe. Spy, yep. We will set Ring and pass the turn. We will wait till end phase. We don't care. Okay. If they have Book of Moon, of course that's bad, but that's how it is. I would still wait till end phase. Here we go. Here we go. So, Turbo with Brain Control. Okay. Ceasefire, Kaiku, Morphing Jar. We don't want the rat. I think we can cut the rat in general. It's not so good against Turbo. We can cut one Ultimate Offerings. And I think the rest is fine. Of course, like the Toon Gemini Elf gets worse when you don't go first. But oh, we got the call. So with call, obviously also pretty good with the Toon Gemini Elf because you can get it back in end phase of the opponent and can attack in your turn. We have back row removal for days, but unfortunately no Earth yet. They had Thunder Dragon, they have Duo. Hitting the Gigantes, it's not the worst hit. Question is, should we get rid of the Storm or the MST? No, I think Storm is just better. Okay, just a set monster. We got Knock. We will definitely knock the monster. Could be Moth. It's a Dekoichi. Okay. 3 Dekoichis. Let's summon Breaker and get in. We have already a pretty big difference of life points yet. because of the upstart. Okay, this should be a chainable definitely, but I think I still will use the effect. Maybe if we would have set the call, no, we don't have a target. This is 34, 44. We will storm because we have game. Yeah, we have game with Lily. If they don't have Karibo. I didn't. Yeah. Yep, that was fast. Yeah, they were riding unlucky. I mean, is it unlucky? I think like I don't want to sound ignorant or so, but I think that was a good like way of thinking. Usually you're like, oh yeah, let's use breaker, but you always have to count. That's the thing I really had to learn. I missed lethal so many times. I think I got better. You can tell me, all the real ones from the past. You can tell me, because back in the days I really missed lethal pretty often, and I think that was a good. I mean, you just have to calculate, you know, but I'm proud of myself. Okay, so Toon Gemini Elf did a job. We got rid of a Thunder Dragon of hand. So I'm pretty happy. Let's see how we perform in the next match. I will definitely not try to spell this name as Exit Punisher. Welcome to the video. Alrighty, Toon Table of Contents it is. Cool. I think it's fine to cut Gav to 1 because it doesn't do so much so often, to be honest. It's just aggression, and without final tag orders it's not so good. Have fun. Seems like a new player, maybe? Okay, let's see. We have Toon Gemini Elf, let's set Ring and MST. I want to have something against Snatch, because it will get snatched, 100%. And if they have Storm, cool. It's a one-off in a 40 card deck. May be surprised what it is. Okay. Yeah, people may think, okay, we play against Toons, but it's like Earth Aggro Toons. Maybe I'm onto something here. Let's see. I mean, it's an Earth. It has a cool artwork, and I really like that deck thinning thing, because like people say like Jar, of course, Jar of Greed is too slow in an aggro deck, and this is like the same with way more tempo, and I like that. So now comes Snatch and a Dawn or a Tribe. -1, fine for me. Discarding Kaiku, okay. 16 coming in. Tribe never a really big problem for us. Okay, do they have Dust Shoot? Drop off. Okay. We don't have so many resources and just monsters anyways. Sometimes I have the feeling I have to cut even more monsters. Because the last matches I only have Browntown. Let's use Gav to try to out the Tribe. It's fine. Don't want to cycle Rats here, I think. And most of the time in a situation like this, Gav won't be destroyed. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. So we just seem to play against something aggro. I don't think Gumozumo plays Kaiku. Here comes Dawn. Perfect for the rat. Yep. 2 back rows. Any heavy storms? Any heavy storms. Okay. Another drop off. So this was the old set, I think. I mean, we definitely try to attack with rat. Yep, perfect. Okay. I think we cycle in another red. Seems like an aggro deck, and red is pretty good against that, and the only target we have left is Exiled Force or level 2, and we definitely don't want level 2, so here comes second red, going in for 14. Oh, we have a call, okay, for Kaiku. Do we want to crash and go into Exiled Force? No. We let them attack, that's fine. If they banish 2, it's also fine. 1 Gigantis is already out because of the drop-off. Blade Knight, also fine. Not so fine. Well, we got the Lily. They seem like a beginner because they don't use the phases, and that's like the last thing kind of you learn in DB. Except the battle phase, that's the thing everyone is using. So I wished myself 3 reds now, of course. So they banish, I assume, Gav and Toon Gemini Elf, maybe Tribe. Tribe, yep. A lot of people do that, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's wrong, but it's wouldn't be my first choice against Earth, I think. So we have we have 2 pumps with Lily. Whoop, not showing. Let's see. Let's go into level 2 because it's useless. We won't take so much damage. Alrighty. Here comes the Exiled Force, okay. Let's use Lily to get rid of Kaiku. Definitely not the spot I want to be, but what should we do? Better than Exiled Force because we still have the Lily. If they want to attack into it, cool, depending on what they draw. We're not in a worse spot because we are kind of up on cards. It's 12, 16 is right, yeah. They just have a Blade Knight, except they draw Snatch now, of course, but let's see. Could be a dead shoot, could be so much. It's a back row. I don't think they attack into the Lily. Yeah, okay. Dust Tornado. So could be Torrential. Should we use Exiled Force here? They don't have Light Dark. We would give them a Dark. I don't really want to attack with Lily, to be honest. Except we have Game. Let's just set Dust Tornado and pass. I think that's better. Not sure yet. Maybe they have a Dust Tornado by their own. Let's see. I think using Exiled Force here, I know we are pretty low, but it feels like kind of a waste. But if they have another monster now, okay. Let's use Dust Tornado on the new one. It's a Dust Tornado, okay. Knock, okay. So such a tricky situation. I think we use Exiled Force now. Get rid of the Blade Knight. We won't attack with the Lily. Or should we? We go down to 900. Definitely don't attack. Let's set Knock and pass. I wanted to use the normal summon to get rid of the Blade Knight. And if they draw BLS now, okay. Yeah, Graceful. Obviously pretty good. We really want to have a monster here. Let's see. Jar. Trap heavy and a Solemn, so they drew a monster maybe. Solemn drop off. Jar. Rhoda, okay. They didn't use Exiled Force yet. Let's see what they want to get. If they attack, question is, should we... Okay, Exiled Force, I can live with that. I can live with that. Lily isn't really doing so much here at all, anyways, so breaker. That is just fine. Ring is not gone. We will definitely use the effect. Could be a dead knock, but I don't care. Yep. Here we go. At least we have a body on field. I feel way more comfortable than with the Lily. But everything is not really standing on safe grounds, if you know what I mean. Gigantes. Ah, damn it. Freaking drop off. They really don't like our Giganteses. Maybe they draw something which they set to defend themselves, maybe level 2 or so. So we can have a use of the knock at least. Okay, they go down to 25. We're still in the better position, but not in a good position. I would love to have, I don't know, any sort of protection. Yep. Or some sort of Trinity, of course. Hard to beat 2 Trinity pieces. Cool, yeah. That's obviously better than a breaker. So the good thing is we already drew 2 Giganteses, so maybe we won't draw another one, so it won't be dead in hand. But yeah. Still not the best position. Lily, yeah. You can get rid of that, I don't care. Okay. No drop off, please. I think they used already 3. Yeah, okay. So this Pot of Greed is safe. Hopefully no Solemn. Okay. Okay. Rhoda. DD Warrior Lady. We used Gav. We can go... Let's see what we can go into. DD Assailant, maybe. I think it's the only thing that kind of gets over or trades with the Kaiku. Thing is, should we risk a battle trap or should we risk a second knock? And I think we definitely risk a second knock. We will set Assailant and pass. We would still have the DD Warrior Lady we can set. I think that's better. That's really a close one. Premature Burial. Dawn. Or Exile Force, sure. Yep. Okay, 18 coming in. We have one more draw. Maybe they have Ring, but let's hope they don't. Okay, we have enough Earths for days, but we couldn't summon Gigantes anyways. Okay, they used Prem, they used Call. Okay, another Rhoda. So, same situation as before. The lag over here. Yep, we just have Assailant. I still wanna set, I think. Even level 2 would be game now. Okay, at least they don't drew a monster, they don't attack. Dust Tornado. So now we definitely attack into the Kaiku, or try at least. Because we have a normal summon left. Maybe they even use Torrential or so, I don't know. Okay, let's try. Can we get rid of the guy? Let's be positive and type in the 100. Okay. They don't forget to banish. So I think we will summon... No, we will set the Warrior Lady. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's so exciting. Everything we do is so fragile, if you know what I mean. But kind of also for the opponent. Let's use Dust Tornado for the new back row. It's a jar. Okay. Ultimate Offering. Yeah. Okay, so now we definitely flip up the Warrior Lady. Let's see what they have. We have to be aggressive and risk something because we are not in a position to wait. Ring. Yeah, sure. Okay, we play against Warrior, drop off, stuff like that. Okay. Torrential. They play Solemn. I kind of like Amazoness Archer when people play Solemn, but the last times I cited it and it wasn't really worth it. Kaiku could be good. Let's get out of the Nox, level 2, 1 Ultimate Offering. Don't really need Kaiku. We have 1, that's enough. I think that should be good. How many monsters do we have? Same number, yeah. Okay, let's see. I think, was it kind of unfortunate? I don't know. Okay. I will not complain about that. We have to keep in mind the only warriors we still have are DD Assailants, Gav, Exiled Force, and I think that's it. I don't miss something, I think, so we could think about searching Exiled Force already to thin the deck, but I'm not a big fan. Which I'm a fan of is thinning the deck with that Toon engine. Really like that. Yeah, we will keep the Rhoda. 2 Sakus, like that. Okay, I want to keep everything of that. I really want to keep the Toon Gemini Elf because I think it's so cool. Let's get rid of Lily and the Assailant because we can search it out. Here we go. Let's summon Toon Gemini Elf, set a Saku, and hopefully we won't get stormed this time. Usually I would say let's set both Sakus, but it's not necessary because usually they just summon 1 monster because you just have 1 normal summon. But yeah, of course, if you have the combination of cards like Snatch, Dawn, whatever, it's pretty bad. Let's get rid of Cypher. They hit the Rhoda, so we won't be able to search out the Assailant again, but it's fine. Maybe we can get a plus with the Toon Gemini Elf. Still got Snatch, which is good. Saku, always good against warriors. Tribe again, man. Okay. So, left with no monsters. Should we Saku it? I think we will not, because it's just a 16 beater. And we can afford at least 1 attack. No back row, okay. So, the only target for red left is Exiled Force, so I would say... Should we snatch the tribe? I don't know. Nah, let's cycle red. Just have the Exiled Force left, yeah. Another 200 for us. I don't know if that was right, but I think it's fine. They didn't have any back row. We still have the Saku. We thinned the deck even more. Here comes Breaker. Another 16. Can we please draw a monster? Now drop off would be really, really annoying. Especially if we draw a breaker. Okay. Let's summon breaker. We could be greedy. Do we want to be greedy? They played jars, they played stuff like that. I want to be greedy. Screw it. I want to have the feeling of greed goes through instead of like just trade. Hell yeah. Okay. It's just better. You can let me know what you would have done. People keep leaving in knock, and I don't see why. I just don't see why. I think we didn't show anything. I mean, we said something because we were in a defensive position, but people keep leaving in knock. It's so crazy. So I think maybe a assailant or so. Yeah, Rhoda's fine. Won't solemn that, even if I had one. Blade Knight. I wanna Saku that. I wanna keep the snatch. BLS would be live. Would we die to a BLS? Yeah, we would exactly die to BLS. But I wanna use a Saku when I have the chance for it. And playing around BLS, I don't know. Feels weird. Okay, let's get in with the breaker. No BLS, please. Oh, god damn it. Been a while since I've made a misclick. Okay, they know about the Dust Tornado now. They have Light Dark with the Blade Knight. But that would be a loss I can live with because it's BLS, and what should we do? I don't think it's necessarily wrong to Saku the Blade Knight. Okay, Exiled 4 is a breaker. Feel free, opponent. Feel free to do that. So now we won't die to BLS anymore. I think they have a back row. And don't want to set it. Yep, we will still use Dust Tornado here. Because they were thinking so long. I think this is something real. Time Seal, okay. You can't chain that. Good. We won't draw anything. Ah, they already ended. Whoopsie daisies. Okay. Auto draw, turn on again. We won't set the snatch because Storm is still there, MST is still there, but Duo is out. IGG, what do they mean with that? Okay, Rhoda, like to see it. Like to see it. Only Assailant left? No. How many Earths do we have? Definitely enough, so we will get DD Warrior Lady. It's just better than Assailant. Not as many attack points, of course, but let's try to get in. Oh, Solemn, the DD Warrior Lady. Okay. We could play around Dawn by setting Snatch, and I think I like that. How much did they have? 50 something, right? 40, 45? How much did you have before? Just want to make sure. 51. So it's wrong. I think you miscalculated. This is 4,500. Then use... Yeah, that's right. Okay. Always keep an eye on the life points of the opponent. Yeah, they didn't know. Kaiku is fine. Kaiku is more than fine. We just have to draw a monster and win. I like that. We have enough left, except like Toon Gemini Elf that couldn't attack, but we would still be in a fine position, I think. They couldn't summon BLS because of the Kaiku. Call is fine. Not the best, but it's fine. Oh, and they couldn't summon BLS because we get rid of the light in Grave. So let's get in with the Kaiku. 18? No, that is not 18, bro. Ah, they make a shortcut. Okay. Well, you can do that. Yeah, let's get rid of Exiled Force, because if they draw into Prima, they could get rid of the Kaiku. Storm would be worst case, definitely. I don't like those shortcuts. There could happen stuff, etc. Okay, unfortunately they got rid of the Exiled Force in Grave. Oh, yeah. Okay. Pot of Greed. Gigantes. I mean, what could that be? Could be DD Warrior Lady, could be Dawn or whatever. So we don't really have to fear anything, I think. We will summon Gigantes. Banish a red. Attack with Gigantes if it's a Cypher. Here we go. Here we go. They kept in Knock, which is crazy. We could get in with a Boku instead of the Ultimate Offering. I think I like that. Do we want the book? No. No, I think that's fine. Rest is okay. Rest is just okay. Alrighty, game 3. Pretty long one already, I think. 28 minutes on the clock. There's the Vaboku. I think it never... Again, a duo, man. Okay. I mean, Torrential is fine, I guess. Give me a break with your Trinity stuff. Yeah. Haven't seen that in years. That's why I like to play Vaboku over Threatening Roar, because it's just so nostalgic. So nice. And I think I like it more than an Ultimate Offering. It's not as dead as the other card. They have a drop off. I smelled it. We could summon Exiled Force and get in because we have the ring as a protection, but I think that's not good, so we will just set ring. It will get Dust Tornadoed and we will stand here naked. It won't, okay. Another back row. They don't seem to have a monster. Time Seal is fine. Okay, same situation as before. We just pass. We have the Snatch Seal. Of course, I'm pretty afraid of losing the guys in hand, like against the Reaper. Yep. I can live with that. You can put it to grave anytime you want. Hopefully they don't have a Solemn. I mean, it would be pretty expensive here. Okay. Glad we could avoid that. Okay, we hard drew the Toon Gemini Elf. I mean, we gotta try. You wanna react to the summon opponent. Torrential, I can live with that. Let's set Snatch. I'd rather Snatch a Dawn than losing Snatch against the Dawn. If they get rid of the Exiled Force. Oh man, you are kidding me. Yeah, pop the back row in battle phase, it's fine. How can you be so lucky with all the punishes, man? Let's try to get this Kaiku through. Okay. Getting rid of the Reaper. Again, this is like a situation. Not the best you want to be. Card advantage wise, they're way better than we are. But they don't play so many monsters as it seems. Maybe, okay. Blade Knight, of course, gets over the Kaiku. Now they have a light. We have a Mirror Force. I think we use Exiled Force here because we want to use the normal summon when we can. Maybe they solemn it, which would be hilarious. Okay, they don't. Breaker is out at least. Okay. Got the Mirror Force. Depending on what monster they will have. If they have one, we won't use it. Okay, 5 back rows. Here we go. Drop off. Unfortunate. That would have been a monster. This drop off time seal stuff really stretches the match. Kind of. Blade Knight. We just get over it with Gav, so I think, okay, we will definitely use Mirror Force here. Please call back the monster you want to call back. Okay, they have call, so we wait with the Mirror Force. Because maybe they activate call. Yep, and now we can get Mirror Force. And get rid of both. Hopefully. But I think they have a Solemn. They wouldn't have set the 5 cards. Okay. Like to see it. What is set there? Breaker. Well, we're gonna try. Torrential is out, Ring is not. Okay. Top deck War again, as we like it. Did they even play Dawn? We didn't see Dawn the whole match, I think. Or am I wrong? Man, those Kaikus. Doesn't really matter if you banish or not. We lose anyways, I think. Why 300 more? No. Didn't you react to the summon? It's the typical breaker prio thing. Okay. Assailant. Okay. I think we will attack. I don't want to play around, I don't want to play into Knock because they showed Knock. They didn't show so many battle traps, to be honest, and I think that's way better. Snatch is still there, so I think that was right. I kind of hate top deck War. Okay, it keeps being exciting. Prima doesn't do so much here. Maybe we can get out a Dust Tornado. We don't. There's a Dawn. I was waiting for you, bro. Okay. So unfortunately, no chance here. All punishes were given to us. I don't know. You can tell me. We could have done this better, but usually we are fine against deck like these. But all these drop-offs, all these little advantages with the breaker, you always have to decide what you play around. If you want to play around Dawn, if you play around Snatch. If you set your Snatch, then comes breaker. Every match, every game we played, kind of. You could say it was close. I don't know. But that was match number 2. Let's hop into match number 3. Alrighty, so match 1 against Nigatello. Welcome to the video. You've seen the live matches, and at that point we were so unlucky. This was a very bad start for the deck. And then I did like the off-cam matches, and there were so sweet matches among them, and now it just can go uphill, if you know what I mean. they showed an MST, not on purpose, I assume. Summon Sangan and pass. We draw into Breaker, got a Pot of Greed, MST, Gigantes, Giant Red, and Heavy Storm. So we activate Pot, draw into Toon Table of Content, and I gotta say, after all these matches, this thing showed its ability to thin the deck, very cool, get the Toon Gemini Elf, and the more I played the deck, the more I got the feeling when to summon Toon Gemini Elf. One time I made the mistake to set it, so in my thoughts I can like flip it next turn and attack, but that's the thing, you have to summon it and then you have to wait. That's a big drawback, especially in a deck like this. I know you want to be aggressive, every turn like counts, but I think it's a super sweet thing, especially with the Toon Table of Contents. Like, within your deck, that's very good. We attacked Sangan with the DD Assailant. They searched for Reaper. We don't have an answer yet against that, unfortunately, but let's see. The cool thing in Earth is also you can can have aggression like with the Gigantes, and in main 2 you can like summon Toon Gemini Elf, so you don't waste a turn, kind of. That's cool. And with Call and Ultimate Offering, of course, it can be very good, but like most of the time this thing gets just snatched. Here I made the mistake, which I didn't make later in the matches after that. You should always summon it in main 2, because if they have a Mirror Force, you would just lose the Assailant, for example. These are the things you learn when you make the matches and when you test the deck and get a feeling for new cards. And I think here we didn't have that yet, so they had a Graceful. Tribute summon the Reaper for Zaborg to get rid of the Assailant and attack over the Toon Gemini Elf. I did like, I think maybe like 13-14 matches, and the effect didn't come up so often, to be honest, but I still believe in the deck and I still need some more finding the feeling kind of for the deck. And yeah, let's see. It can be very cool. So I still think it's good, but still in the testing kind of. So we could go, we could summon Red. We could also get back Assailant to get rid of the Zaborg, and I think that's better because it's a little faster. And we would take too much damage with Lily, like going into Lily, so I think it's just better to get back Assailant and have some aggression with Red and Gigantes. They have Chaos Life, definitely, so we gotta be fast. So Assailant and Zaborg gets banished, we get in with the rest. They go down to 4k, let's see. We don't have an answer to Chaos, unfortunately. T-set, okay. Delinquent Duo. I mean, the Thunder Dragons are gone, so we should hit some real cards. Of course, Tarantula would be a big punish here, but would be a 2 for 3. That's kind of fine. So we try to pop the back row. It's a dead knock. Get in. You see already from the stats it's a spy, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? So we could go to defense with Rat. Doesn't make a big difference, but you could think about it. So Duo here, hitting a Breaker. And Serpent, unfortunately. Okay, so we need to find an answer against the Spy. They tribute summon again for Testilus. And we got Rat, so we could get rid of it. They attack into Gigantes, get rid of the Toon Gemini Elf in hand, so they really want to avoid the chance that we can use it. So both are gone. No, just one. No, one is banished, yeah. Okay. So I think we could just chill, set the Dust Tornado. We don't have to attack. If they maybe have a Battle Trap or so, I think that's better. Maybe we can buy some time. They attack into the Breaker, of course. the thing you should do. So another assailant. Now we can I would attack with the rat into the Testalos, I think, to get Exiled Force. Then crash Assailant with Testalos and use Exiled Force for Spy. So we would get rid of the stuff. We decided just to get rid of the Testalos. I can see that. I think that's the safer way. Definitely. Because we would sit there with an open field and you don't really want to do that. Spy is an answer next turn, so we wait. They didn't have Duo yet. They keep forgetting the Serpent. Rhoda is an answer too, so I think we get into Exiled Force and then try to attack with Rat. I was thinking about siding Sasuke because there were situations where we just weren't able to come over Spy because we just play one Gaff, and then I realized, yeah, we don't have so much attack power anymore, and no like smashing grounds or stuff like that. So maybe Sasuke would be an inclusion against Spy. You can let me know in the comments what you think. If that rat goes through, this is just so huge. I mean, snatching a rat is always one of those like desperate moments, so this is the big punish, kind of. We gained 1,000, now we get 2 summons, 3rd rat, Lily. GG? Yep, it was a pro set Heavy Storm. Or like a bait set Heavy Storm, I would say. So game 1 goes to our favor. Let's go into game 2. Got Duo and 2 Toon Table of Contents, I can say it now. So we can search out kind of the rest of the deck. Like it's the only punish of the theory is to draw both Toon Gemini Elves without the contents. But that happened just like once, I think, and it's very rare and very, very unlikely. And still, if you draw a Toon Table of Content, you can still thin the deck, and it's fine. Not so many drawbacks here. So they have a T-set and found Thunder Dragon. We search out one book of, like one Toon Table of Content and one Gemini Elf, second contents, second Gemini Elf. I got those in super rare. They look so awesome. I don't know, the pack deal 6 or something like that. It looks super old, but super rare. It wasn't so expensive, super cool. They were asking if we are the YouTuber, and I as I always answer to a question like that, like, yes, I am a YouTuber. Called Construct. So we summon Gemini Elf and use Duo. Of course, we hit the Thunder Dragon as always. And use Knock, and I think we set Call. We could set both if they have Storm. Good for them. They have Scapegoats, so they seem to side it into control. I wonder about the timing of the goats, but maybe they want to use meta, of course. Let's see. Nope, no meta. So we want to get rid of the Scapegoats, so I think we just summon Lily and attack with both. They have a Mirror Force, so I think we just let them go and call back the elves in their turn. Yep, perfect. So we can have a defense against the Kaiku and can attack in our turn. Call, obviously very, very good with the card. So now, we couldn't summon Gigantes. I just realized that because of the Kaiku. I think we both didn't see that at the time. I mean, maybe it doesn't make the big difference, but unfortunately we made an illegal play here, but we forgot to summon the second elf, I think. So maybe that's the karma for not seeing the illegal play, kind of. So we go into DD Warrior Lady with the Rhoda we just drew. We attack into the Scapegoats first, in case this is like a Knight Assailant or so. But we have the Warrior Lady against this if it's a Serpent or something like that. But it is a Reaper, as it seems. So glad we searched for it so we can get rid of it. Doesn't look so bad. Another set monster. DD Assailant. So we all see what it is again. We attack into the goat. I think we wanted to play around Torrential, because again we didn't summon a monster. And I don't think I forgot it. I wouldn't forget it twice. Ah, we wanted to summon the second elf. I can see that. Heavy Storm. Well, doesn't do so much here. We have to chill. Freaking Spy. They have a Dust Tornado against the Saku, that's fine. Another set set back row. We draw into knock. Doesn't do so much here. But if they have a new set, of course we're glad to have it. Another set card, so the Storm gets better and better. I think I wouldn't even set the Dust Tornado. Yeah. No play? Okay. Rhoda. Yeah. A Sasuke would be cool here. Maybe I should try it in general in Earth. We heavy here, although we lose an elf, but here they made a big misplay. They ringed the elf that would die anyways because of the call. I mean, I don't complain. I will also not like say, man, you just hit the wrong one. Do you want to hit the other one or so? I wouldn't do that. Take your advantages. So I think we go into Gath or Exiled Force. Yeah. We still have the Prima, so we could get it back if we draw it. Getting rid of one Spy. I think we, yeah, set the Dust Tornado. We hit Scapegoats, MST, and Ring with the Heavy Storm. Glad we had it. They just have one Spy left. Let's see. They set a back row. We have Dust Tornado for that. Again, the Scapegoats. So all Scapegoats gone. Very happy to see that. There's the Prem. I didn't know that we draw it. So glad we got back. Glad we got Exiled Force with the Rhoda, and now finally, oh man, okay. I just thought we made another illegal play with 2 normal summons, but it was with Prima, and now finally we have the effect of Toon Gemini Elf going off. Like I said, it's pretty rare, but if it happens, it's just so nice. We hit a Metamorphosis, could be huge if they draw into like Serpent. This would definitely ruin our day here, and that is it. For the match, they had another meta and a tribe. But with 500 life points, yeah, we have Spellcaster, Warrior, and Rock. This is a little advantage I just see because it's not a Warrior, so it's better. This is better to have against a tribe than like a Gav or another Warrior or so. This was always an advantage with the Gigantes because it's a Rock. And now we have another type, and that's just good. If we had just had Warriors here, they maybe would have won with that tribe, but got to 2-0. Thanks for the match, Nigatello. So that was replay number 1. Let's hop into replay number 2. Alrighty, replay number 2 against CD Envoy of the End. Not a GOAT card, but one of the coolest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. And look at that, we got the Ultimate Offering. Love to see it, especially, I think it was a 2-off at that time. We summon Gav, set the Ultimate Offering. They start with a pot. Tsukiyomi. We could use Ultimate Offering in their battle phase if we want to, but we don't have to reveal it right now. We don't have so many normal summons anyways, and I think it's fine. We couldn't avoid the attack of Tsukiyomi. 3 back rows, okay. So it looks like Turbo. They have a Dust Shoot. I think they get rid of the Assailant. Yeah. the obvious choice. At least we can summon Gigantes. I don't think it will survive pretty long, but could be... Okay, maybe they just have 2 jars or so. Let's see. Most of the time, the Ultimate Offering doesn't do so much. But it's one of those, if it goes off, it's super cool cards. And we all know I love to play those cards. So we have a Tribe with a Serpent, unfortunately. We draw directly into Assailant, which we will summon. If it gets like ringed or so, we still have the Prima. Yeah, we shuffled deck. They just wanted to show us that they picked the Assailant, but we just draw it back. So the attack connects. They get back the Serp. YuGiOh. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think we get rid of the Prima because Nog is just too important here. We can avoid a Dark Engrave, we can avoid a flip, so that's definitely the card you want to have. It's a jar. Another jar, so my intuition was right. They have an MST against the pretty dead Ultimate Offering. Man, I love to see the card, it's so old. You can't get an older card. In the TCG, at least. I think it was started at Yugi. Or maybe both even, I'm not sure. So we draw into Rhoda, and I think at that position we want to risk a Torrential or a Mirror Force, I think. We decided not to do it. It is a Mirror Force, so glad we didn't do it. So maybe we can, I would search for another Assailant maybe, or DD Warrior Lady. Yep, to have something on field. You could wait, but they could have a Kaiku, they could have stuff, and I don't know, I just like that, to have some field presence and not to waste a normal summon, especially with the Earth Aggro. We got the knock against the set monster, like I said. They summon Night Assailant. So they want to have a Dark, but why didn't they just crash? I mean, we want to be aggressive. I decided here to go to defense, like to avoid the Dark Engrave. I think I remember right, they had a possibility to abuse that. Unfortunately, I forgot about the Tsukiyomi. Should have definitely attacked, but I think they... In both ways it would be bad. They should have Chaos in hand, and I don't know. I don't think we could have done it right. So now we definitely want to attack into the Night Assailant. We know we will waste the Breaker because they have the Tsukiyomi, but what should we do? In both ways it would be bad. So they look into the grave, summon Tsukiyomi, and here we just knew it is over. So they win game 1. Let's go into game number 2. We have Exiled Force, the Assailant, Nog, Ring, Rhoda, and Kaiku. I really like the 2 Kaikus against Turbo. It's so good if you have another one when one is dying or so. And with Call and Prima sometimes you have multiple. And it's just a great card if you can get it through. A lot of times it's just kind of an auto win. So they have a T set, we have the knock. I think we got the ring, so we can go into level 2. Most of the time it's better to use knock first, but if we have protection and we can let the level 2 stick around, it is pretty good. Unfortunately, they have a Torrential with a Sangan. But I mean, got the Exiled Force, got knock, got the Kaiku for next turn, and ring as protection, so they go into Serpent. On Thunder Dragon, so Light Dark is set up. I just see DBs not having any volume. Why that? I'm sorry guys, it took the wrong source, so I think it was muted the whole time. But now we have some volume from DB. I don't know, technique stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't do what you want to do. And me personally, I always miss the sounds of Dueling Book when I watch like videos without it. I would love to hear it, and I hate it when I don't hear it in my videos. Sometimes there are some errors or something with the technique, but now I can see we have it. We used knock, Kaiku connects, which is very, very good. Getting rid of the Sangan and the Thunder Dragons, so they have no darks left. We set the call. We could maybe get back a used Exiled Force later, something like that. They have Grace. But like, Kaiku's effect, avoiding the banishing of the opponent, is also so good so many times. I remember we have one replay, I think, or I made one match yesterday where I had 2 Kaikus and it just won me the game because they could just get rid of one, and it's just so great. So they discard Serpent, so they seem to have an answer against the Kaiku, because it's very dangerous to to set Serpent, to discard Serpent against the Kaiku. Here we have even Prem and Call, so is it even game with Lily? It's exact game. This is exact game. Awesome. So we go into level 2, even better than Exiled Force. We even have Ring. It is super duper game. Getting in with Kaiku. We will banish in case they have Kuribo. Banish the guys, get back Lily, and win game 2. Nice. Man, I'm so curious to see the recording without the sounds. I hate it. I just hate it. Okay, got the 2 table of contents and the second Toon Gemini Elf. That is why we play 2. In case we draw one, we can still search the other. I was so proud of myself because that was just the perfect ratio, I would say. Alrighty, searching out the girls. I think we summon Red and attack. We could also summon the elf. Yep. Set the gang and pass. I wouldn't use Ceasefire here because there's no spell engrave. It should be a Dekoichi, maybe a spy, but if they want to flip spy in front of the elves, it's fine for me. Let's use Dust Tornado for the new set, because the first should be a jar or so. Maybe it's a Saku, so maybe we can get it through. That would be just huge. We don't have an Earth engrave yet, but I think I would definitely summon Giant Red here. They have Torrential, okay. Try to swing. We use Ceasefire here, which I think is pretty cool because it's 2k damage and it avoids a flip. Unfortunately, it's the Serpent, but it's still 2k. Why not? We attack with the Gemini Elf first. They have another Saku, unfortunately. So now we will attack into the Dekoichi, crash the Rat, and get another Rat, I think. We go to Lily. That's fine too. And pass. Let's see. They get back the Snake. Don't have a light yet. 2 Sakus are out. Snatch, steal. Of course you snatch the Lily. They go down to 4k, which can be dangerous against Earth aggro. We draw into Duo. Gain 1000 back. I think I would even just summon Gigantes in defense. Or attack into the set monster. Because if they attack into Gigantes, we just get the Lily back. I think I like that. Oh, we even try to crash. That's cool too. They had a Mirror Force, unfortunately. Now we will set the Morphing Jar. We will wait with the Duo. Unfortunately, people keep leaving in Nox. I don't know why. Maybe it's a new mind game tech or whatever, but I would never leave in Nox against Earth. Just don't do it. They have a Storm, so they storm away the Duo. We get back the Lily. So maybe they have a very big push. They have Swords, so Morphing Jar goes off. They lose Serpent and a Moth. And we can have a comeback here. Got Breaker, DD Assailant, Knock, Warrior Lady, and Call. They found Thunder Dragon. Love to see the Morphing Jar going off. I think it's such a cool side card against Turbo. They get back Snatch with the Morph. Use Snatch against the Lily. Maybe they have a kill now with Chaos. Tsukiyomi. That's fine. They go down to 2k. If we have a special summon which can just win. Let's see. Dust Tornado. I think I would definitely Breaker away the swords. Storm is gone. Yeah, they have the Tsuk so they could get it back. We shouldn't forget about that. But maybe we can get rid of the Morph with the Breaker. Lily is dead anyways, we don't care about that. So, let's see what they do. Okay, so we pop the swords. Try to swing over the Morph. Connects. Awesome. They go down to 700. We set all of the back row. They snipe the Call. Unfortunately, like the best card they could hit, I would say. Let's see if they have Chaos. We don't have an answer for that. Very tight situation here. It is definitely live. Their own Breaker. Are they doing the greedy play? Nope. Okay, they hit the Knock, Crash Breakers, and I think that's actually fine. They have one back row, we got the Dust Tornado. We draw into Premature Burial. That is a win in my world. I was writing and I was thinking last turn for myself, crazy you didn't draw Chaos. So they seem to didn't have any Chaos monsters. They had the bro, chill. They had the Tsuk, Serpent, Zombira, and 2 Thunder Dragons. Nothing they could have done about that. Crazy. No Chaos. Half through the deck. But I had a match against someone with my Chaos Turbo deck, and I like my all 3 Chaos monsters were like the last 4 cards in deck or so. I think that was just crazy. But look at that cool match. Got the Morphing Jar, got the Toon Gemini Elf. Love it. Yeah, that was replay number 2. Let's hop into replay number 3. Alrighty, match number 3, or replay number 3. Another day, another replay. Playing against Thomas Boss 15 years, I assume. Okie dokie. They got a duo. Hit our MST. And I think we can get rid of Tribe here, yep, because this would mean less resources, and I think definitely want to keep our resources. They have Tribe of their own and 3 set back rows. Unfortunately, they have a Dust Shoot, so I assume they get rid of the rat. Why do we think here? Maybe I was even thinking about scooping to not letting the opponent have any infos, but we don't have infos either, so I think it was just right not to scoop. By the way, pretty experienced, 11,000 experience, crazy. So they had a Dust Tornado against our Dust Tornado and a Blade Knight. We draw into Pod. I think we set Knock before because it will be dead anyways and we want to play around the potential second Dust Shoot. We draw into Giant Red and Call. So I think we have to play risky here. We could crash Torrential. I remember. Damn. So they played Torrential. They seem to be pretty afraid of like Lily or so. But I remember that Torrential was the nail to the coffin, if you know what I mean. Because they got rid of their monsters. So it was a -2. Like 3 cards for a rat. That was crazy, man. So we had the follow-up Gigantes. They had another back row. We draw into Assailant. Just get in. I didn't want to set the Call because of Gigantes. Maybe they have a Blade Knight and run over it. So they use Dust Tornado against our Nog. Fine for me. And here we just try to win. So we go in with Gigantis and try to win with Assailant. It's a Reaper. Okay, so we won't get over that one. Now I wanted to set the call, because we can call back the tribe. They got into Rhoda for a Blade Knight. Unfortunately, exactly the scenario I was talking about before. So Gigantis gets destroyed. That takes with him the back rovers. They had a dead knock. Yeah, I mean, we can crash Assailant into the Blade Knight. We could also just chill. Yeah, I think we get rid of Blade Knight. No reason not to do it. And I think then we summon our Gigantis just to avoid a Kaiku. Had this multiple times in the past that I like waited with the Gigantis to not let it on the field and present the opponent that we have one, and then Kaiku came and just wiped our ass. Exile Force, excellent. So Exile Force away the Reaper and try to win. Torrential is out, so if that's not a Mirror Force or so, this is sealed. Never have I thought that we come out of this situation, but I think that Torrential really made the difference, because we could have gone into like Lily or maybe Exiled Force, but they would have been ahead, I think, the whole time. So I don't complain. So we win game 1. Let's see. There we go. Toon Table of Contents. Heavy Storm, Giant Red, DD Lady, and Sakuretsu Armor. Good. They start with a Blade Knight and a set card. We draw into Mirror Force. They have a Dust Shoot again. I assume they get rid of the... Okay, they get rid of the Giant Red. That's fine. They really don't like our reds. That's for sure. We get into Toon Gemini Elf. And I think with the Sakuretsu Armor, we can summon it. Yep. Maybe even set Mirror Force and Saku. There's a Heavy Storm. Oh, I forgot about that. They what? Just a pass? Man, I really want to know what they have in hand. Okay, so I just forgot that Blade Knight is not pumped, so we get over the Blade Knight with the Gemini Elf. Nice. So we get some hand rip action. Here we go. Ripping off a Sasuke. Okay, why didn't they get to defense? That's crazy. Thomas Boss, you're a crazy, crazy man. So I decided to set Compulse, which we've drawn into, and Sakuretsu Armor. They have a Premature Burial to maybe get back Blade Knight. To summon a Mobius, so I'm very, very glad about that Compulse. Getting Mobius back to hand, and they stand there with nothing. We draw into Grace, which we will activate here definitely. Maybe we draw into Lily or Gigantis with Rats and just win that game. Here we go. They had Mind Control, a Nog, and a Mobius. Why? Just why do you leave in Nog and why do you play Mind Control? Crazy. Crazy. You're a crazy man. We even rip. I remember didn't they even discard the Mind Control? No. Okay. I kind of thought I remembered the Mind Control, but that was one hell of a torrential. I don't complain. We had some Gemini Elf action. Very, very cool. So, guys, this was replay number 3. Let's hop into replay number 4. Okie dokie. Replay number 4 against Lozen. You can tell me in the comments how you would pronounce that name. Lozsen. I don't know. Well, also pretty experienced. They have a Graceful. Archfiend Soldier. Here we go. Okay.
Okie dokie. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I was writing down speed burn, so I knew what was coming. I make notes now, just for your information. I remember they were activating everything. I think they were in a freaking hurry. So they have the good old Dark Room of Nightmare. I was playing that in all of my burn decks back in the days. That was cool. So always a 300 extra damage. Then they have the Meteor of Destruction, Good Old Man, Poison of the Old Man, and the good old Tremendous Fire OCG version. I prefer the TCG version, to be honest. I thought that was an interesting way to tell us that's the second, that they want to do the second effect. So we are down to 43,000, 4,300 already. The matchup should be fine, to be honest. This could be a jar, so I think we definitely want to use Exiled Force here. Then we have the Dust Tornado to get rid of something else. It is a Death Koala. I was just thinking that is Cypher Soldier, but doesn't really make sense here. We set the Dust Tornado and just pass. I remember, I don't know who did the video. I think was it Cup Games with the speed burn list that was pretty interesting. Maybe it was even Goat Format back in the days with good old JDZ. Shoutouts on this point. But I don't remember. But it's pretty cool. I just wanted to test this also with like the Meteor of Destruction, etc. Well, we just summon Red and try to get in. We still have the Dust Tornado. We draw into Nog, which is great here. We should have this, to be honest. We still have the level 2 in deck. But I think I want to use Nog here. We summon the Warrior Lady. Use Nog. There's another Koala. Now I saw it from the stats, and maybe you already saw it at the first one. We just get in. And this is a 2-turn clock now. Depending on what they will draw, we have the Dust Tornado for anything. Let's have a look what they have here. Okay, just desserts, doesn't do nothing. Another desserts, cool. So we got this, definitely. Desserts would be 1600 now. Now it's 20s. Now it's 3. Yeah. I think just for good measures, they just activated it. So we win game 1. I remember, I think game 2 was pretty difficult, or we had a pretty long game 2. Because usually I would think like, man, we should have this. I didn't really know what to side because we have a good side against burn with like Archer and Ceasefire, etc. But so many cards are kind of useless there. So this should be a jar. Definitely, we see it from the stats now, of course. But yeah, we summon Tiger Wangu. We summon King Tiger Wangu. Try to get in. Do we even attack? Yeah, we set everything and then attack, because if it's a morphing jar, we don't want to lose everything. It's a cyber jar, so of course all the time when the opponent got cyber jar in a burn deck. This means nothing good, so they have pretty good stuff with an Exiled Force. We got Assailant, Pod, Heavy Storm, DD Warrior Lady, and Knock. Storm obviously pretty good here. But I remember this is one of the worst storms I've ever activated, I think. Because I think like everything of them is chainable. I don't remember, I'm not sure. But I think that was a pretty bad storm. So we have a Nightmare Wheel against the Assailant. I mean, we would destroy our Dust Tornado, our Call, and our Vaboku. I don't think Vaboku would do so much here, to be honest. And Call, yeah. But here we activated Storm. They have 2 Secret Barrels, Poison of the Old Man, and the Ceasefire, so everything except like the Nightmare Wheel is like chainable and does some damage. So first we get 1,000 from Ceasefire, then 800 from Poison Old Man, and then like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4k with the 2 barrels. So this is definitely sealed, I think. All our traps and spells, no, just the traps are gone. We activate Pod, but this is just not winnable. Okay. Yeah, like I said, if they resolve a jar, This is hard to come by. Here we go. 13 against us, and now they have... We know about desserts, I think. Yeah, here we go. Going into game 3. Sorry for the noises if you hear them from my cat. He's, again, freaking out in the cat box. So, we got Ceasefire, Breaker, Saku, Compulse, Mirror Force, and Rhoda. Usually I'm not a big fan of summoning Breaker turn 1. We could Rhoda for something, yeah, maybe for level 2. We can protect it with the Saku. I don't hate that. So we set Ceasefire, Compulse, and Saku. If they have Storm, we could at least chain something. Here's the Nightmare Room again. Cool artwork, by the way. Meteor of Destruction, 1300. Another Meteor, another 1300. Poison Old Man, another 1100. MST against Ceasefire, at least we do 500 damage with it. They're down to 1 card. That's the thing with those decks. Your resources are pretty low, pretty fast. I think we didn't even activate it, Breaker. Okay, we did. It's a Nightmare Wheel, so paid out. We still have protection against anything, any monster. So 2500 coming in. That's it. Another back row. I mean, if they have stuff like Ring, we have to compose to protect our life points and our monsters. They were so fast, man. Good. All connects. Down to 1000. Reckless Greed. Awesome. Okay. At least they put the counter on. So they had another Dark Room of Nightmare. 2 Dark Room of Nightmares. What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. And Storm? Yeah. Storm and 2. It's just confused. Alright. Well, I think that was my first time against Speedburn, to be honest. I'm not sure. Now, okay, I wasn't high enough. So we had a Tremendous Fire, which doesn't do much here, and Storm, and another Dark Room of Nightmare. Well, that was against Speedburn. Let's hop into replay number 5. Replay number 5 against Fonzo374 with BLS as a profile picture. They start. Again, high experience player, 5,000 experience, which should be around 4,700. Yep. Alrighty. 2 set back rows, set monster. We got Snatch, Dust Tornado, Giant Red, Rhoda, level 2, and Gigantes. I think we go into Exiled Force away the monster. I know it's dangerous, because it could be a Zangan or so. But we can summon Gigantes, and then we have the level 2 against another flip effect monster, maybe. So Gigantes coming in. Let's see if it connects. Scapegoat. We love it. Cool. Okay, we attack into 1, set the Dust Tornado, and a vibe. Here we go. Is it better? Nah. Okay. So we summoned level 2 to get rid of the set monster. They had a Regeki break. Discarding a knock. So unfortunately they got had a use of their dead knock. And as we see from the stats, they have a Moth. I think they get back the Scapegoats. Yep. Would be pretty weird if they get back the knock, of course. By the way, guys, if you didn't subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. We're constantly growing and I'm so thankful for that, but I think a lot of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and that would be just awesome. What's also awesome is that we can snipe a card in end phase, hoping it's Scapegoats, but it's torrential. It's fine, I think. We get back level 2 to destroy their set monster. We attack into the set card and over the Moth. Unfortunately, they have light dark now, but what can we do? In main phase 2, we summon the Toon Gemini Elf and try to do some damage next turn, but they still have the scapegoats. Does my glasses reflect? No. Cool. Okay, here comes Chaos. So we got the Snatch. And if they have something else, we could crash Red to get out Lily. They banish Gigantes, set a back row, set another back row. One of them is scapegoats, definitely. Knock is good for later. So I think we definitely try to snatch the Sork. Maybe even banish itself or attack first with the guys and then banish itself. Maybe they have a Mirror Force or so. Then would be destroyed. Let's see. We could also keep it. We decided to summon Red and then snatch. I mean, Torrential is out, so I don't know. But here we go. Attacking with Toon Gemini Elf. Here come the scapegoats. Yeah, we decided not to attack with the Sork. Most of the time when I kept the snatched Chaos monsters, I got a backlash. AF. Because they, like, I don't know, destroyed the snatch with like Regeki Break, and sometimes it's better to just destroy or just banish themselves. So they have a tear, unfortunately, stealing our Gemini Elf, attacking over to level 2. We draw into an MST, which can be an out against the tear. I'm not sure if they want to attack into the red, but we definitely try to use MST in battle phase. So we destroy the Toon Gemini Elf, and they go to 0 and destroy the tear. Awesome. Exactly that is happening. They take 1400 of damage, down to 5k. Ultimate Offering. Well, these are the situations where you don't want to draw it. But we attack into a goat token. We still got the knock for later if they have another flip monster. They need a light for another chaos monster. How can it be? You mention the light and instantly there's a Thunder Dragon. It's so funny. Shoutouts to Cup. Card Destruction. You can do that. We don't need the Ultimate Offering anyways. We don't have to knock anymore, but Lily and Ring can do some game-winning plays here. Another tear. We got Ring for that. They get in for 14. Here we go. We draw into Table of Contents. Can search out the other Toon Gemini Elf. I wanted to summon Lily first. I don't know why, but we could have game next turn. No, we can't. This would be 48. This was definitely a misplay. I think I even remember that because we should have summoned Toon Gemini Elf, then pass, and then next turn we could summon Lily and win. They have a ring anyways, so it doesn't really make a difference here. Both take 400 of damage. We use ring against the attack of tear. And now we would have Lily to win. That would be just way better, but we all do mistakes sometimes. We draw into Kaiku, which we summon and try to attack. It connects. Awesome. We can get rid of, I think, even the Darks, because there's a flip among them. And if they have, well, the other Night Assailant is already banished, but always like it more to get rid of the flip monsters. Torrential is out, so we can definitely summon Red and try to get in. We can also just attack with Kaiku and then, if they have a Mirror Force, for example, try to summon something else in main 2. Another Scapegoat. So now we will summon Toon Gemini Elf because we just attacked with the Kaiku anyways. To play around Mirror Force, here we go. Tsukiyomi, pretty good against both of our monsters. Yep, Kaiku down. I mean, they can't destroy red with Tsukiyomi, so we get in with both. One scapegoat left. We could think about Rhoda here already because we just have... Well, with the Warrior Lady and DD Assailant left, I think. Yeah, here comes Tsukiyomi again. Not a red. So now we can summon red, try to win. I mean, we are a little low, but I think... Yeah, cool. Taking down game 1. Love it to take down any game against control. Or in that case, chaos control. Let's see. You can let me know in the comments what you think about like doing the live matches first and then the replays, or if it doesn't matter, or if it's stupid like that. But in that case, I had so many cool matches off cam, and I already recorded 2 live matches, so I think that should be enough and enough content, so I think that's fine. They had Thunder Dragon and a duo. Usually you should duo first, but it's not a big mistake. They unfortunately got rid of our breaker. We decided to discard Toon Gemini Elf. We got a duo of our own. Hit the 5. Hit a Thunder Dragon, of course. We'll summon Kaiku. It's a Morph. Gets back duo. We can perfectly play around that by setting MST and Book. And pass. Let's see. They still need a Dark or Chaos. We will snipe. Unfortunately, a Dead Dust Shoot. I think we will activate Graceful here because they have the duo and we want to get rid of the sad monster. We draw into Prima, King Tiger Wangu, and Rhoda, and I think we use Rhoda to search for level 2 or Exiled Force. In that case, I would say definitely level 2 because we have Book of Moon, which works perfectly fine with the Mystic Swordsman because we can book any attacking monster and then get rid of it with level 2. That's nice. Kaiku connects, so we can get rid of the Dark and the Morph. Awesome. Nice position. Low on resources, but very good position here. Upstart Goblin. Cool. So no Chaos. Tsukiyomi. I gladly use Book of Moon against that because it is so annoying in control. Hopefully no back row. Awesome. That is what you want to see. Dust Tornado can be very huge here. Level 2 has done its job. Kaiku connects again. So we can get rid of all the stuff in grave. More and more. We set the Dust Tornado. And pass. Sangan trying to get rid of the level 2. Of course it connects. We have Dust Tornado against any back row, which is great. Let's see what it is. It's the duo. Kaiko is pretty huge here because, yeah, they were also riding because the thing is, if we didn't have the second Kaiku, we would attack into Sangan. They would have a Dark. Maybe if they get rid of the Kaiku, then they can summon Chaos. Now we can get rid of the Sangan and then banish the Dark. Now empty graveyard. They will search maybe for, I don't know. Even Morph doesn't do so much here. Spy, pretty good. That's one way to protect. Damn. Yeah. I was even writing something in chat because we top decked Knock, which is obviously the perfect answer here. Yeah, that's crazy. So only 2 spies, of course, because it's control. We play around Mirror Force because 1 Kaiku is enough. Unfortunately, they have scapegoats again. We get rid of 1, pass the turn. I mean, it's pretty hard to win now because They don't really have anything to banish for the future. Just stuff to protect themselves, spies out, so every attack should go through. We search out Toon Gemini Elf, summon it in main 2, pass the turn. Nothing really, anything they can do. They set a monster again. We get into the Assailant, and this is a win here. Doesn't matter what they will search or anything. Sinister Serpent, we see it's a Moth. Yeah, doesn't matter what they get. This is just GG. Well, they had a Sorg and BLS. I remember they were writing that second Kaiku was crazy. I was pretty fascinated that there were no traps, no nothing the whole time. But man, what a match! What a terrific Kaiku. Sorry, Fonzo. 374. Got 2-0 there. That was the match against Chaos Control. Let's hop into replay number 6, I think. I was wrong. Replay number 7 against MK Jump. When I read the name, I was instantly thinking like, I kind of know the name, I think. Love. The what's it called? Substitute. Such a great name. So they start by discarding Thunder Dragon. That is, by the way, also a YouTuber. They will say it in the chat then, so shoutouts at this point. We have Toon Gemini Elf, DD Assailant, Breaker, Giant Red, and Heavy Storm. They set a monster into back rows. Instantly have a Desert Sunlight to flip up their Saboteur. Okay. Let's make this interesting immediately. So we got Dust Tornado, Prem, Graceful Charity, DD Warrior Lady, and Toon Tables. Looks like Control with Cyberjar, Book of Moon, Moth, Spy, Tomato, and Tribe. Many monsters. I remember in the beginning of my GOAT career, Cyberjar resolvings made me crazy in my head. Like, what the hell should I do? What can I do? Etc. It is still like the same kind of, but way easier. But yeah, you gotta think a lot. So they said everything. We are in main 1 now. Oh, I remember. Damn, heavy slump. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in hand. LOL. Well. So we have to put them all to deck. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut, I think. We draw into Nog and Dust Tornado, so just... yeah, here they were writing, that's one for the TV, and I was like, well, I'm a YouTuber, LOL. And then they were like, maybe, I've seen some of your stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know your name, I think. We use Nog, hit them off, which is not bad. Hopefully we will attack over Tribe, attack into Tomato, and I think we don't use the effect here. They summon Sangan, we set the Dust Tornado, and just, yeah, see what we can do. They have a billion cards more than we do. They use Storm, and that's just a scoop. GG for the slump. They also were writing like it was certainly a 1 in 100 hand. But glad we have it on camera. Oh, like on camera now as a replay. But you know what I mean. So, Toon Table of Contents to search out the Gemini Elves. And really covering the Morphing Jar. Sorry for that. So we definitely summon the tunes and set Dust Tornado and Vibe. Let's see, MK Jump. You can jump around again with a hand like this. 3 set back rows. Book of Tayu. I think I wanted to use, or I was thinking about using Dust Tornado. I don't know why. So here comes Morphing Jar. They discard 2 Morphs, drawing into our own Morphing Jar, which we didn't side out. MST Ring, Compulse and Call, and I wanted to use Dust Tornado here. I think on the one hand to destroy maybe I don't know, Book of Moon before they can use it, and maybe to set one of our back rows. I don't know. With the Heavy Slump, I mean it's not live yet, but they search out for a Thunder Dragon, Upstart Goblin, Duo. Kind of conflicts with the Heavy Slump thing, but oh no, reverse. Alrighty. Well, doesn't look so good to be honest, but we got the Toon Gemini Elf, which can attack over the Morphing Jar. So we get a plus there. In main 2 we can summon the other one. Unfortunately, we hit the Demog of hand, so maybe they have a premature burial to get it back. I mean, we would have the Compulse, but not the best here. Let's see. I don't remember the outcome of that match. Tribe. We could think about... Well, we got the call anyways. So I think we just let it go and ring the tribe when they attack. Yeah, here we go. And we can call back the Toon Gemini Elf in end phase. So we can attack in our turn. Awesome. Breaker 38 coming in. And we're ripping another card. That's the star of today, Toon Gemini Elf. Here we go. Let's see what we hit. Such a terrific feeling. Sangan, not bad. Still got the Compulse if they have anything against the Breaker or so. Or we have Compulse against a set monster. Awesome. Winning game 2. Let's see. You can always tell when I record during the day and not in the morning when I drink an energy drink or so, or a beer. Usually I just drink coffee in the morning. So another Toon Table of Contents. Like I said, I really like the thinning the deck fact with that card. It's so nice, and the ratio is just perfect. 2 Toons and 3, of course, 3 Toon Tables. They have Scapegoats. We attack into 1, search out the Gemini Elves in main 2. And I think we set Torrential, because if they summon something, I think Torrential is pretty good here, like a Tear. We would lose the DD Assailant anyways, and so we can get rid of the Scapegoats also. Set monster, we got the knock for that. I think we want to summon Wangu, knock the face down, and then even summon Gigantes to get in for a big chunk of damage. Got the Exiled Force maybe for later. We just have to remember not to summon it because it would get destroyed by Wangu immediately without the effect, unfortunately. Because in our, like when we return player, the not optional effect triggers first. I think that's why we can't like use Prio or Exiled Force. They have a Mirror Force, unfortunately. Now we can summon the Toon Gemini Elf with the call. You can tell me if it's like, if that's the reason because of the Exiled destroying, because I remember if the opponent has Exiled Force, they have Prio, and I think then they can use it against our Wangu. You can please let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. But we can use Exiled Force now, definitely against the set monster. We attack with the Toon Gemini Elf, which connects. Awesome. Getting rid of a meta. Love to see it. And a pass. So maybe they have another scapegoat. They don't have light dark. We could like if they use scapegoats, we can just chain call for Wangu, which would be great. Mirror Force is out. We could think about summoning Wangu now, which we do, because like I said, Mirror Force is out and we want to play around Torrential. Oh, and that was just a scoop. They had Royal Decree, which they said right now, True Nade and a Prem. Alright. GG's MK Jump. GG's. Ah, they were saying like they're also a YouTuber, but not for GOAT. Alright, so check out MK Jump. Thanks for the match. This was replay number 7. Let's hop into replay number 8. This really feels like the Dark Magician OTK video where we had like, I think 11 replays and a 3-hour video. I don't know how long this will be, but we are into replay number 8, I think. We are starting with a pod, summoning Toon Gemini Elf, you know the classics, set MST, I think we even set Sakuretsu, because maybe they have like a Dawn or stuff like that, so let's see, playing against Zero, cool, 42, also pretty high experience. Let's see what they play. Ooh, Agent of Creation Venus, shoutouts to GGPs for his fairy decks, super cool. If you like German Goat format content, check him out. He just started to show his face in the cam, so totally can recommend. So I remember they were always using the effects like separately, like 500, 500, 500, instead of like doing 1500. I know that's right, but you know what I mean. So here we go. Again, our Toon Gemini Elf will be stolen with the creature swap. Of course, I'm glad we have the Saku. Why does it connect? Oh, we didn't set the Saku. We set the call in case it gets destroyed. I think we were like, okay, let's set the call. So this is even worse. Like I said, most of the time it got stolen. Didn't get stolen the last replays, but you know what I mean. Okay, we draw into red. I think we can summon red and cycle and then get into like Exiled Force or Lily to destroy the Toon Gemini Elf, and if they want to attack then we can call it back and then have our attack in our turn. We definitely... Okay, we decided just to summon red, set Mirror Force and get over a Shine Ball. That's fine. If they want to attack, we got the Mirror Force. That's even way better. Where's my hat? So, here they attack. We have the Mirror Force. Get rid of the Toon Gemini Elf and the Venus. They have a duo. That's not so bad. Could be worse. Have a tribe. Use the effect, I think. Okay, cool. So they're down to 1 card in hand, which they set. We call back the Toon... we call back the Kaiku. Draw into Ring. Yeah, of course, it's way better here than a Toon Gemini Elf. They call back the Demog. They can get back Creature Swap or Duo. They decide for Creature Swap. Of course, our attack into Tribe connects. And I think... Oh yeah, I remember. We have a replay, so we decided to attack into the Shine Ball, because if they want to use Creature Swap now, we can chain Ring. Here they attack with the Demog, so we use Ring in battle phase, of course. Now they can use Tribe, of course, against the Kaiku in main 2. Discard the Creature Swap. Fortunately, we draw into Toon Gemini Elf, which we will set, I think. Yeah, we have to defend ourselves. Let's see. They attack. Ooh, return from a different dimension. Awesome. So they take down game 1. Alrighty, we start. Toon table of contents, here we go. I think every single match when I started with Toon Gemini Elf, I had like Dust Tornado or MST, which is obviously pretty good against Snatch. But most of the time when they snatched the Toon Gemini Elf, they had Storm. It's crazy, just crazy. Here we go. This time we set the Sakuretsu, definitely. So let's see if it gets stolen again. I think I remember right that they stole it again. Yep, 2 times, separately again. So maybe they have 1 in hand. Not a good sign that they summon it in attack position. Here comes another creature swap, but we have the Saku this time. Yeah, now we have a Prima to get it back maybe. They attack into one of the Shine Balls. Again Duo. Let's see what they hit. The Torrential. I decided to discard Prima. We snipe a Ring in end phase. We want to keep the Assailant because with Prima we could have just gotten back Assailant or Toon Gemini Elf, which would not make any difference except that we have to pay life points. So this was the right decision, I think. They have a Tribe again, Duo and Tribe again, and Creature Swap, like the same cards. Also Ring, it's crazy. We draw into Wangu, which is great here. We attack over the Tribe. They go down to 5800. Set card, they go to defense with the Shine Ball. We definitely summon Gigantes here. Because if they have like Torrential, we have the Lily to summon it after that. So Wangu connects, so does Gigantes. They have no Dark. We decided to set the Lily. I think that's right, because we don't want to waste a normal summon. And we can have a win next turn maybe. Torrential's still there. Let's see, another Venus, which attacks over the Lily, but that's fine. That's the risk we took. Compulse can be great here. I wanted to play around Mirror Force, but King Tiger destroys the Venus. We set Compulse. They have a Storm. I wanted to protect our Gigantes. They destroyed their own Raigeki Break. They summon Breaker. Okay, get over the Wangu. Let's see what we draw. We can definitely crash Gigantes with the Breaker. We could also set the Heavy Storm to bait out their effect, but that would be just dumb because they would just crash into Gigantes, I think, and Heavy Storm would be destroyed. So we draw into Dust Tornado, which we won't set because we have the Storm anyways. Pot of Greed. I think we didn't draw any monsters for a long time. That Duo comes right from hell. We will definitely use it. Lightning Vortex and Card Destruction. There you go. So Heavy Storm is gone. So we set everything here. Set monster. Gigantes. Gigantes coming down. You can already see it's a spy, unfortunately. So the best defense they can have here. I don't think, I'm not sure if we sided out Gav, but they have a Zaborg, perfect timing. We have Mirror Force for that, but they still have 1 spy. Maybe we draw into the Warrior Lady. Another Gigantes doesn't do so much here, but we definitely summon it. But not more we can do. Is it game 3 already? No, game 2. Thunder Dragon. I mean, Chaos is super duper live. Let's see. That's why Smashing Ground, for example, could be better than a Saku. You could argue that. Here we go. Freed the Brave Wanderer. Awesome. So they banished Thunder Dragon and Venus to get rid of Gigantis and then crash into Wangu. Nice. Saku. At least we can defend ourselves. Let's see. Dust Tornado against the new set. Another Dust Tornado. It was Scapegoat, so I like to see them go. So we still got Storm, still got Dust Tornado, still got the Saku. Toon Gemini Elf. I mean, we summon it. Not really more we can do here. I think after that match I changed something in the deck to be better prepared against Spy. I'm not sure. They have a BLS, which they summon in attack position, so maybe they're greedy. They want to attack. I like that. Okay. Oh, I think they have maybe return. They banish. Set a card. We have the Dust Tornado for that, and we draw into Snatch. That is just crazy. What a top deck. We definitely attack. They go down to 800. I think I remember they had return. They banish for Sork. Yep. We draw into Rat. Do we still have Exiled Force? Well, we set Rat, definitely. Because they have to attack with the Sork. Venus. I think we had to... I think I had a brain fart here because I was like, okay, they have to attack. No, we don't have a brain fart here. They have to attack with the Sork, which they do. We can get into Exiled Force. Or even Lily. Lily would be 7, wouldn't be enough. Would be 1100. Yep, Exiled Force. Now we can Exiled Force away the Sork. What a weird spot. Yeah, and then I think we summon Tribe. Man, one card more and we would win right at the spot. Use Exiled Force, get in with Tribe. They go down to 200. Man, that is exciting. I got a feeling they won this match, but I'm not sure. Okay, Graceful, obviously pretty good. I mean, they already had 2 Chaos Monsters. But they're down to 10 cards in deck. Sinister Serpent and a Thunder Dragon as a discard. Tsukiyomi. Yeah. We just need any monster. We got Storm. Come on. Call. Not bad. We use Storm. They have Call for Serpent. Just for good measures, I think. Come on. They get back the Serp. Set a monster. Dust Tornado. Meh. I mean, we want to have some field presence, I think. Call back Wangu? Yeah. It's a Sangan. I think they don't have a target. Yeah. Set monster, set back row, Dust Tornado. Come on, any monsters. Here comes Gaff. We got this. Okay, that was game 2. I kind of thought this is a match win at that point. I don't know why. Alrighty. Wow, I love White Monster. Usually, I don't like energy drinks at all, usually. But White Monster is just so great. This is a not paid advertising. But fun fact, in my studio, in my job, we are sponsored by Monster. But all the time we get some like 0 monsters, doesn't matter which taste, it's gone so fast because yeah, we drink it, kind of. They summon Venus again, set card. This tribe's obviously pretty good because we can get rid of all the fairies. They seem to have a third ball again. in hand. I think we get rid of a Saku. We get rid of Gav. We have so many monsters anyways. I like that. Try to attack. Which should connect. It does. Set one Saku, I think, and pass. Let's see. Duo. Give me a break, man. I was just writing lol because 3 times in a row. We discard Rat and Saku. Because I think level 2 can be very, very important here. Hard summon Scapegoats. Do I remember right that was pretty... Oh. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, they have a creature swap again. Yep, attacking over a Scapegoat. We have the Saku for that. Maybe they set a monster. They don't. DD Warrior Lady, like to see it. DD Warrior Lady is like one of those cards. You're never unhappy to see it, but it's never like the very, very, very big impact cards. Metamorphosis, unfortunately, for a tear. We're still at full life, so it could be worse, but that looks funny. They just did the equip thing wrong. So DD Assailant. I mean, we can block the tear, and as long as they don't have a Tsukuyomi, this is absolutely fine. Let's see. They attack, get 100 damage. Imagine tear would like get the effect of the equipped monster. This card would be broken as hell. We got Graceful, draw into King Tiger Wangu, Kaiku, and Torrential. I think we just keep level 2 and Torrential. Yeah, set Torrential, maybe they summon something. I mean, they have to get rid of the Assailant at any time. Set a monster. We draw into Saku. Storm is still in the game, but we wanna set the Saku in case they attack. Maybe like as soon as they get Tsukuyomi, and I think they will summon it, we can use the Torrential, which would be pretty huge here, of course. We could think about like summon an own monster and then have a big push, but we should definitely wait till we have more monsters. We have a Dust Tornado, so we could do the play like before with summoning a monster, then use Dust Tornado on the attack. But I don't think that's the play right now. Yep, classic control matchup or gameplay. We draw into Heavy Storm, that could be great later. Like, we can do a very big push with like summoning a monster, use Torrential, use Storm, but usually you want to use Storm before because you don't want them to have scapegoats when they have more than when they have at least 2 monsters. But we couldn't do that, so I think we did it here. Special summon Gigantes, use Torrential, then use Storm. Okay, we get rid of a Raigeki break, of 2 Raigeki breaks. Kaiku for the win. Kaiku connects, so we can banish the dark and one of the lights. The set monster was a Venus. We set Dust Tornado. Let's see if we will regret our very big push here. They're down to 2500. We got something against set monsters. They can summon Chaos. On the one hand, because they don't have a dark. On the other hand, they have to get rid of the Kaiku first. Set monster, set back row. Perfect. If we draw Gigantes now, we just win. I mean, Rhoda's not bad. But we want to summon level 2, I think. Yeah, that's just perfect. Attack, it's Spy. Kaiku connects, getting rid of the Spy and 1 light. They go down to 700. We could think about even using Rhoda now, because we just have Assailant and Exiled Force left. Maybe one more gaff, I'm not sure. They found Grace again. Let's see if that's a win. I mean, like I said, they still have to get rid of the Kaiku. But they still have Snatch, I think. Yeah, it's pretty fragile here. Discarding a Shine Ball and a Thunder Dragon. MST. Freed again. Attacking over the level 2. And if that's all, one back row, ring. I mean, that's game. We try to attack over the Freed. It connects. Here we go, set ring. Pot of Greed. Tsukuyomi, and I think here we use the ring. Or I really wanted... No, okay, we use it at in battle phase. That's just a win here. They had a call. Thunder Dragon, BLS, Serpent, Mirror Force, and Sorcerer. Why didn't they... Maybe they just drew the Mirror Force. Can we look at the log? Oh yeah, okay. Let's see if they just drew it. Mirror Force and Pot of Greed drew Mirror Force. Okay, yeah. Ooh, that was close. What a match. What a match against Chaos Control. Very, very nice. No, it was Return, right? It was Return. What a cool game one with Return from Different Dimension. Man, I recorded so many replays today. I kind of mixing up everything. By the way, that was replay number 8. So let's hop into replay number 9. Replay number 9. We got 10 replays today against Thrustsome. I think we played against this person before, I'm not sure, but I think we had it in the video. Got the Ultimate Offering. Maybe we see that one going off for the first time, I think, in that video. Or at all, I think. So we searched out for the Toon Gemini Elf, which we could summon in their battle phase with the Ultimate Offering. That's why we summoned the DD Assailant, set Dust Tornado, and the Offering. Really want to see that, but I think I remember they had something against it. Let's see. They go to main 1. See what they do. Rhoda into Dawn. Let's see, they should have something against the DD Assailant. Is that a monster? Unfortunately, no battle phase, so we can't summon the Toon Gemini Elf in their turn. We have a Dust Tornado against one of the back rows. Middle one, it's a Saku. We decided to set the Rhoda to stay around, to stay under Dust Shoot. I think we just summon DD Warrior Lady, use Knock, and Vibe. It's the DD Warrior Lady of their own. We go in. It connects, awesome. 17, 15, opponent down to 4800. We know about the Dawn Zaluk in hand. Still got the Rhoda and the Ultimate Offering. Snatch, Steal. So now we can hopefully use Ultimate Offering. I know you have to have it face up before you use it, but in battle phase it's not a problem, because if they have attack declaration, we can activate it and then use the effect in battle step. So now they attack, but I think they had a Dust Tornado. That's unfortunate. So they get rid of our Toon Gemini Elf in hand. They have one back row. We draw into DD Assailant. Awesome. I think we just summon it and try to get over the Dawn Zaluk. Solemn the Assailant. Alrighty. Going down to 24. Maybe we should have Rhoda'd here because just want a big monster. They have Kaiku. It connects, of course. They banish both Earths in our graveyard. Going with Dawn. Let's see if they mill. Yep, they do. We mill Toon Gemini Elf and a Knock. I'm not unhappy about those mills because Knock is just dead. Premature Burial is Not dead, but not the best here. We definitely Rhoda now. I think we just have Gav left, or maybe level 2, but we don't need that. I think we summon Gav, attack over Kaiku, and then Prima back even the elves, because we want to have some field presence. Man, imagine this card wouldn't have the drawback. This would be just insane. This would be just insane. So they attack over the Gav with Dawn's Luke, of course. Set a back row. Dust Tornado. We could think about waiting with attacking, because this could be easily a Saku. I think I like that. Yep, here comes nothing from us because we just passed. Let's see if we regret that. They go to defense. I like that. Tribe. So now we use the Dust Tornado. I think it was worth it. It was a Mirror Force even. Awesome. So summoning Tribe and win. GG. Nice one. So we play against like warriors, as it seems. Again, Ultimate Offering with 2 Toon Table of Contents. So we have the maximum outcome of thinning the deck. Unfortunately, they have a duo. Get rid of a Toon Table of Contents. We don't care. We get rid of the Ultimate Offering, definitely. Still got the other Toon Table. They have a T-set. We draw into the Toon Gemini Elf. Fun fact. So it wasn't actually bad to lose the other Toon Table of Contents, because it would be like useless anyways. So now we set the Dust Tornado, then search for the other Toon Gemini Elf. And I think we set the Cipher. We decided to summon a Toon Gemini Elf. They just set a back row, use Sing, we chain Dust Tornado for theirs. They left in knock. People leave in knock. Shoutouts to Mr. Big Noodle for the Sings and Who. They have an Exiled Force. Yep, Zing definitely stays. I was writing that in the chat. Doesn't really matter, but who knows. So this is a DD Warrior Lady. I mean, they don't set anything more. We draw into pot, which is great. Thinning, deck winning. We decided Archer, because I always like when I play against solemn decks. Archer could be good if they go down very low. This could be cool. We have another Dust Tornado. We decided to summon Toon Gemini Elf. You can do that. They go to defense with DD Warrior Lady. We use Dust Tornado and End Phase, of course. Against the back row, draw into Torrential. I'm not sure if we should attack with Toon Gemini Elf. We could just attack with the Cipher and the DD Warrior Lady. I think I would do that. We didn't, unfortunately. Maybe we regret that, because we would have a plus. With Toon Gemini Elf, they summon Breaker, so we have a use of the Torrential. Just thinking, if we would have attacked with the Cipher into the DD Warrior Lady and attacked with the Toon Gemini Elf, they would have taken more damage, lose a card, then we would have used Torrential against the Breaker. No, we wouldn't have used it. I think I like that more. Should have used Cipher. Maybe I was greedy and wanted to do more damage, but I think the outcome would have been better. Now we can summon Cipher and Gigantes and do some big damage. What were we thinking here? Summon Archer? Okay. You can do that. I think it would be better to summon Cipher, but maybe I wanted to like have it as a secret and set it. Heavy Storm? Oh yeah, I remember I was like, what? But it didn't make a difference, because if they would have attacked over Gigantes, it would have gotten destroyed anyways, and they had to set the Heavy Storm to boost up the Blade Knight. Weird situation. Well, I mean, Cypher is game now. Oh yeah, cool. Cypher, Gigantis attacking, vanishing. We even have the Archer. Damn. Yeah, that was obviously pretty good against the Warriors. Well, that was replay number 9. Let's go into the last one, replay number 10. So I really wanted to have this one as the final replay because I made a note, and I definitely remember that one because here we had like everything. I think we had a very spicy deck of the opponent. We had a lot of like Toon Gemini Elf action, and I think this was one of the first matches I did with the deck off cam ever. And I remember like I was like, man, I got some brew over here. So this was like, I really wanted to have that as a finale match kind of. And here we go. We started with Grace, discarding Gigantis and Compulse. Summon the Warrior Lady and set Dust Tornado, playing against Batsioba. Also pretty high experienced. Thanks to everyone who watched till here. I hope you like this concept of a video. Here we go. Lady Ninja Yay, Snatch Steel. Glad we have the Dust Tornado. They set to back rows and pass the turn. I didn't want to summon Gigantis turn 1. I can see that. We draw into the Toon Gemini Elf. Good thing about Gigantis is we can attack. We have a summon that turn. Sorry. And still can summon the Toon Gemini Elf in main 2. Without like not summoning a monster. Here we go. Ninjutsu Art of Transformation. Shout outs to our Ninja Harpy video of our Harpy Week back in the days. If you don't watch it, you should definitely check it out, especially the last video of the week. So great. So we play against Ultimate Insect level 5. I decided to attack with Gigantis, so it will destroy the Ninjutsu Art of Transformation. Unfortunately, they have Shadow Spell. Man, back in the days, every one of us was playing that card. It was in the structure deck Kaiba Evolution, and it was OPSF. Now we attacked with the DD Warrior Lady, of course, to get rid of the Ultimate Insect level 5. In main 2, like I said, we summoned Toon Gemini Elf. Man, look at this. So nice. My voice is already almost gone because we are recording. Sylphid, super nice. Actually, it does something if we attack over it. We have to discard also. That's funny. They attack over Gigantis, set a monster, and pass. We got the knock for that. Glad to have it. I think we even summon Lily. We know they will get rid of a card in hand. Unfortunately, this will be then the Kaiku. Maybe we decided to summon Kaiku, but I think Lily has more impact here. We decided to summon Kaiku. We have to knock against the Morphing Jar, set the MST, and attack over the Sylphids. Toon Gemini Elf does its effect. We get rid of the level 7. Of course, it's in hand. I think Kaiku is better here because we can get rid of some wind monsters in grave. And still have the MST looking pretty good here. Dimension Fusion. Damn. That is nice. I mean, we get back the Gigantis, we get back to the Warrior Lady, but look at this. I think I was thinking they can't summon level 7, but man, this is just so awesome. So awesome. I don't think they win here. Unfortunately, they get rid of our MST because they attack over Gigantis. They attack over the Toon Gemini Elf, and with the Sylphid, they attack into the DD Warrior Lady. So here we are left with Toon Table of Contents and Kaiku. I think we attack over the Lady Ninja Yay. And then set the Toon Gemini Elf. I remember we were pretty lucky with our next draw, I think. So they take over the Kaiku, Pot of Greed. You were always lucky if you draw that. Mirror Force and Ring, I remember that. So we set both, definitely. Storm's still there, but gotta do something here. They attack. We got the Mirror Force. Can we have a comeback here? Breaker, pretty good in that spot. We get rid of a magic cylinder, man. This person is just cooking a big old grandmother soup. Awesome. We attack into the set monster, which was a exiled force. Interesting choice. I think I wouldn't have done this, but I don't know. Who am I to judge? We draw into Rat, attack over Morphing Jar, attack with Breaker. Going down to 24. This is a 2-turn clock. With the ring, it's even better. Another set monster. We draw into Tribe. I think we won't summon this. We don't really have to play into Torrential. It was Lady Ninja Yay. Such a great artwork. So cool. And in end phase, I think... Well, we don't have to use Ring here. GG. We take down game 1. I mean, that Mirror Force with that pot was just pretty lucky. But maybe you can understand already why I wanted to have this in the replays as a final match. Just so awesome. So again, we drew into Toon Gemini Elf with Toon Table of Contents. So already both of those in hand soon. We sided into King Tiger, I think because of the Lady Ninja, etc. We summoned Wangu, try to get in. We decided to activate Toon Table of Contents now. Can do that. We wanted to do it because it could be Morphing Jar. Glad we did that, but it was a Slate Warrior. Nice to see it. Maybe they sided it in or they had it in deck already. Here comes Sylphid again. Attacking over King Tiger. That's fine. Now we have Banish Fodder for Gigantes. They set a monster and set another back row. We got Duo. Awesome. I mean, we could keep Duo, but we can't attack with Toon Gemini Elf now anyways, so here we go. Discarding Sylphid and Lady Ninja Yay. I think we summon definitely Gigantes and Lily. Yep. We decided to summon Lily first. Maybe they have a Torrential against it or so. Summon Gigantes now. Attack over the Face Stone first. It's a Kamakiri. Also such a cool artwork with that little swirl in the back. Now we can think about what we want to attack. But what targets could they have? Like Lady Ninja or maybe Harpy Lady? Or Ultimate Insect level 3. We definitely didn't want to attack over the Kamakiri because you don't want to get them any more monsters, especially with Lily. So we attacked over Sylphid. We take 2000 damage. They take 17. We had to discard one of the elves. In main 2, we decided to get back the elf because we can attack next turn. I can see that. Here we go. They attack with Kamakiri. We let it go because we didn't want to pay anymore. Would be pretty dumb. Rat is interesting because we can crash with Kamakiri. Let's see if it connects. We wanted to play around Mirror Force. Rat connects. Here we go. Blade Fly, man. Get out of here. It's so cool. So cool. This is so great against Earth because it will boost their monsters and reduces our monsters, which is just great. So Toon Gemini Elf going down to 14, so they take less damage. We just had to go to Exiled Force because I think we didn't have enough targets, or did I brain fart here? I'm not sure. Call back Sylphid. That's unfortunate, of course. Set another back row. Why didn't we get into another red? I thought maybe I can't get over the Bladefly with Toon Gemini Elf? I'm not sure. But we attack with Gigantes. We have to get rid of a card again. It's Elf again. That's fine. Attack with Toon Gemini Elf. They have Magic Cylinder. Got 100 life points. We set red definitely. Let's see. Let's see. Rhoda. I mean, I think we have to try to go for game. So we do it. Go for Assailant. Summon Assailant. Torrential. Alright. That's the risk we took. Lady Ninja Yay. We go into a game 3. Awesome. Here we go. What the hell? The sun is shining into my face. Okay, so Toon Table of Contents. Both Toon Gemini Elves again in our hand. Summon it, set Dust Tornado. We could even think about setting Baboko, but I think we just keep it in hand. Set monster, set back row. Love to see it. Here we go. Another Magic Cylinder down. Use Exiled Force. It's a Slate Warrior. We get in with the Toon Gemini Elf. Get a plus. Vibe and loving it. We discard Dimension Fusion. I mean, it's pretty dead right now, I think, but like to see that one go. We set the Saku. Again, no need to set Baboko or so because pretty early in the game. They found Grace. I think they have another Sylphid maybe. And you can already let me know what you think about Toon Gemini Elf and Earth. I think it's pretty sweet. I think there's still room for more exploring. Maybe you guys know any cards that combine pretty good with that card. Let me know in the comments, definitely please, because I wanna push this deck forward. I love these cards. Man, I got such a sweet super rare of the Toon Gemini Elf. I ain't got it here, but maybe I can show you in the deck constructor. So nice. So they have a Bazoo. They discarded Sylphid and Lightning Vortex, as it seems. Try to get over the Toon Gemini Elf. We got the Saku for that. Awesome. One back row. Nothing more. We found Grace of our own. Definitely slamming that. Drawing into Rhoda, Ring, and Tribe. I think we can get rid of the other Toon Gemini Elf and Vaboku. We will... I think we can search like DD Assailant or so. Or just attack with the elf. It connects. Another plus for us. Love it. Man, what a match. Get rid of a Rhoda. We will set Ring, definitely. We decided to Rhoda in main 2. Or the Warrior Lady. That's nice. We can set it. And set Ring. I think I was maybe thinking to like set the Tribe, but I don't see why. They set a monster and a back row. Gigantes is live. So is the Tribe. I mean, with the Ring, we can think about summoning everything, but unfortunately they had the Morphing Jar and we lose our Torrential, Gigantes, and Tribe. But we can attack with Toon Gemini Elf again. Does it connect? It does. Cool. Going down to 2300. Another plus for us, and we drew into Duo. We sniped both Rhodas from hand. So they go down to 2 cards. That's crazy. Discarding Torrential and level 7 again in hand. Storm is still in the game, but I really want to set the call, I think. We didn't normal summon yet, so we can set the rat. Torrential is out. We can even summon it. We summon red, set the call, and pass. Man, that is looking good. They have a call of their own. We don't care about that. Bazoo. We ask for Prio. I mean, Dimension Fusion is still live. We ring Bazoo, and they admit defeat. They had a ninjutsu out of transformation, man, that is so sweet. I'm so glad they got it off in game 1. They had a return, ceasefire, and Sasuke Samurai. What is that doing here? Don't the people see that we are in an aggro deck? So crazy. So many people leave in the Nox. That's just crazy, man. That is just crazy. The whole matches were crazy. It is so cool. That was the last replays, guys. Let's go to the deck constructor and have a good old Kornclusion. Alright, folks. So this is the final version you can see after all these matches, after all the testing. For me personally, I cut the ultimate offering. It is sweet if it goes off, but I think it never went off the whole time when I played off cam, when I played in the testing, and I think it's like a wish in my head for cool combos, etc. But I came up with Compulse, just a great card and works pretty well with the Toon Gemini Elf to make the effect live. I went down again to 1 Gav because I didn't want to have too many monsters. 3 rats is still fine, 1 Kaiku definitely fine. We need those Dust Tornadoes to get rid of opponents' back rows. And in the side, I wanted to have a little more against aggro. I got back to Bottomless Trap Hole. Shoutouts again to Mr. Big Noodle for that card. I was trying around a little bit with Soul Release. Didn't come up yet because I just played, I think, 1 match or so. And I think the rest is still the same. I like the second Kaiku. You could think about using a second level 2, but I think with the Wangoose it is better to have a bigger monster. And to talk about the Toon Gemini Elf, I don't think it is a better Earth aggro than the normal one, but it's a way, way sweeter Earth aggro than the normal one. You cannot argue with that. Speaking of cool and good looking, I got these guys over here. I didn't know there's an old super rare version existing of the Toon Gemini Elf, but I don't know if you can see it with that light. Man, but it is so cool. It's pretty old and looks so nice. I love it. I love it. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. If you have any suggestions, what did you like the most? What version didn't you like? And I think we have a good old wrap here. This was Trial of Goats, Earth Aggro, Toon version. It was a more special video than I thought from the beginning, but here we are now. Thank you guys so much for watching till now. It was a pleasure. It was so much fun for me. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Construct is signing out. I wish you all a great day. See you next video.